Yeah, I'll be brief. We played well, obviously. Great team effort. I thought everybody who stepped on the floor contributed in some way, shape, or form. I think Southern Illinois is a really good team, getting better and better. So for us to play the way we did tonight, I think is a real positive for us. And now we got to find a way to continue to do that moving forward in the next game here tomorrow night. But proud of how we played, how we responded to Tuesday night's game, and it's good to see everybody who stepped on the floor really help us in a positive way.
Any questions for Jimmy or Derek?
Jimmy, can you talk about your first half? You were man possessed at sometimes. You were grabbing almost everything in sight and then getting it back into the hoop. Can you talk about that, please?
I just wanted to be aggressive and attack every ball, and that's what we practice. So that's just what I did.
When you came here, did you think that you'd be such an immediate impact for this team right from the start?
But I believe in myself, and I feel like I work hard, at my game. So it's just showing right now.
How much better you think you can get once you become more comfortable with finding another guy around you to support you?
I feel like we could get a lot better, and I feel like that we could be a real good team.
How important was to start the game well?
It's always important to start the game, like we supposed to play. We all about winning, so we just had to start the game, with a good, positive mindset. And,
was there anything extra kind of said? Obviously the first half last game was a real struggle.
Coach just told us that we gotta come out and play like we supposed to play. We didn't come out last game like we were supposed to play, and this game we did way better at that.
Coach expecting you guys to really dominate on the glass, and while you won the rebounding one, it just seemed like you hadn't got to your sweet spot yet as a team rebounding. Is there much more there, or is that?
Yeah, there's much more there. Khalid, Queese, myself, who else? Rashawn. We all crashed the boards hard practice, and I feel like we got a lot more to come.
Derek, can you talk about guarding against Bean tonight? He came in over 20 points, 23 I think it was in the first two games. You held him half below his average. Can you talk about your play on him and the guard play overall tonight on their guards?
Yeah, I knew I was going to have a tough task tonight. I knew he was averaging 23. So, I'm a good defensive player. I just wanted to sit down. My teammates had my back. So I just felt like we played more together as a team. And as far as the guards, I feel like we controlled the game more rather than the Malone game. We held our own. We controlled the ball. KB, he did a great job. Kellen came in and did a good job. So it was just us tagging, playing defense on him. Kellen held him a few times also. So we did a good job on him.
Do you see improvement? You mentioned the Malone game, even the YSU game. Do you see improvement specifically with the guards and as a team overall from your perspective?
Yes, I think we can always get better. I just think we had a better mindset this game. Coach got on us and told us we are better than we're a better team than that. So I just feel like we had a better mindset today. Everybody was together. Everybody was tuned in. The bench was loud. I just feel like we played real good today.
How big is having Jimmy and Craig, those big guys in there, sure makes a difference than it was a year ago?
Yeah, it makes a big difference. Jimmy, he's a great player. I don't want to get him, too big of a head. He need to stay in the gym. But yeah, he helps us out a lot. I tell him every day, he could be a big piece of, what we're trying to do here. So him, Craig, Khalid, everybody, they played good today. We got the ball inside. We got it outside. I just felt like, like I said again, we played a good team game today. It was a great team win.
Derek, you guys had, not 20 points off turnovers as opposed to their 9 and 10, fast break points as opposed to they had none. So, what kind of difference maker was that, getting those steals? Because I know you yourself had a couple steals tonight,
I just think we was tuned into the game plan. Coach, he brought us in. We got some plays that they like to do. stuff that they like to do. I just think everybody was focused, so we was able to get some steals off the things that we knew, and we was just playing hard. You know, we was playing good team defense. Everybody was talking, so I just felt like, you know, we did a great job as a team, helping out, sinking and filling all the little things that nobody sees. So that was good.
Like you're really trying to get up on beat and really force the issue.
Yeah. You know, I wanted to force my issue from the beginning of the game. You know, I was told he averaged 23, so I knew he was going to be a tough night. He's a great player. He's a great player. You know, he had a couple moves, but I just take pride on defense. That's what I do, like more than offense. So I just wanted to contain him, and I knew everybody, my teammates, was going to have my back. So that's what I tried to do.
Any other questions for Jimmy or Derek?
All right, fellas, get off your feet, right?
All right.
Say hello to your families for me.
Thanks.
Questions for Coach Senderoff?
Coach, you said before the season, a lot of the non-conference you were going to be looking and searching, and picking and choosing, and that kind of showed today with, you know, running guys in, trying to find this, trying to find that. I mean, are you comfortable with that?
Yeah, listen.
You're doing it, and let me rephrase that. Are you getting out of it what you want to get out of it?
Well, tonight we did. You know, I mean, tonight our bench outscored their bench 23-9. I mean, we couldn't play. You know, we played about as good as we could play. Maybe as good as we've played in 3 years. You know, our team defense was great. Our unselfishness on the offensive end was great. We made some shots. Our enthusiasm was at a really high level. This is how we have to play. I mean, for us to be successful, this is how we have to play. So, you know, I thought it was good that a lot of guys who came in had a positive contribution. In fact, I thought everybody who entered the game had a positive contribution. And, you know, to me, it's a good team win. I think that Southern Illinois is going to continue to improve. I think they're a good team. And I think that they're young, obviously, but I think they're a good team that's going to continue to get better. So Derek on the defensive end set the tone. You know, Anthony Bean's a really good player. He along with shooting, you know, scoring, he also had 5 turnovers, which Derek probably forced 3 or 4 of those. So, or helped force them. So our front court guys did a great job containing them and doing what we needed to do there. So, you know, it was a good win for us. And now, you know, the challenge for us now is to be able to play that hard tomorrow, which it's not easy to do. But we got to get rest. We got to make sure that we're mentally prepared for tomorrow's game and play just as hard tomorrow as we did tonight.
Rob, even though it seemed the game was in control, but they did make some runs to get within 12, 13.
Yeah.
But they never broke it within double digits. Either it would be a turnover,
Yeah.
or you guys got a couple of quick baskets and got it back up.
Yeah,
Good job.
and listen, you've seen us enough, Evan, that it's never over until it's over. So, you know what? To me, as what you mentioned was as positive as anything else in the day is that when we had a lead and built up a lead, that we didn't let it get to 10 or let it get to 6 or let it get to 8. Our guys did a great job continuing to defend. And as you guys know, our big thing this year is to try to limit, not just this year, but our big thing is trying to limit opponents from shooting and making threes. And they only made 1 tonight. They only took 6. So we did a great job of really just not letting them get them off. And they have some good shooters that, we guarded to where they couldn't get them off. And then we did a good enough job on the backboard. Not great, but good enough job. And, I think that team is going to continue to get better and better. That we played. So I know Coach Hinson. I don't know him real well, but I know him well enough to know he's a really good coach, and that team's going to keep getting better. So to me, it's a good win, and really proud of the effort tonight.
Talk a little bit about your guys that, you rotate. Marquise, of course, this was his first game.
Yeah.
He gave you a big lift.
No question.
Seemed to give you a little
Mm-hmm.
something. Kalik seems to be struggling a little bit, but Ortiz gave you a little something. Just talk about those guys,
Yeah.
running them in.
That's sort of how we play. I mean, as a low post scorer goes, Jimmy's the guy we'll probably throw it to the most. Gary on occasion, but all those guys got to help us. And tonight they did. I thought Marquise came in. His energy was really, really good. He had a tip dunk to start, and then he dove on the floor and got a ball thrown off of them. I thought, and not just him, but everybody. And Marquise is an energy guy. That's how he plays. If he's playing that way, he helps us, and if he's not playing that way, there's he's not going to help us. So he did a great job in his first game. I thought Gary played well. He could have played better, but defensively, Gary was good. I mean, these guys that we played are good. I mean, Sean O'Brien's a good player, and I thought we did a good job with him. Smith Peters is a good shooter. We didn't let him get shots up. And, Anthony Bean's a great player, as good as we'll face. And even only allowing him to get 11 shots up, I thought we did a pretty good job defensively. The percentages would bear that out. And it's a good team effort for us. So now we just, again, I say it, but you can't get too high or too low because you got another game tomorrow. Today's the best example of that that there is. Like you say, you can't get too high or too low. Well, today you certainly can't because we play tomorrow. So
You said something earlier. We played about as good as we played.
I think so. Yeah, I think so.
Is there more there?
No. To me, what's more is continuing to do it every night. That's not easy to sustain that energy level every single night, but that's what we have to do to win. And there'll be nights that Chris doesn't shoot it as well, and somebody else is going to have to step up, KB, or there'll be nights that maybe Jimmy gets in foul trouble and somebody else is going to have to step up. So it's a team game, it's a team effort. We have to continue to improve as a group. But if you're going to ask me, okay, you'd had 9 steals, positive assist to turnover ratio, shot the ball and guarded them to what we guarded them. A lot of guys played. So, yeah, I mean, that's about as good as we've played in a long time. So, it's good to see, especially coming off a game where I would say with no disrespect to Malone meant, but we're not supposed to be down 8 to a Division II team at halftime. So, coming off a game where we didn't play very well, it's good to see us respond the way that we did.
Were you overly concerned about that Malone game? I mean, it was, so early in the season, and I thought it was a lot of overkill. I thought that it's the beginning of the season. Yeah, it was a home game.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I think that's why you play those games, and a lot of teams play an exhibition game before their first regular season home game.
Right.
And some of that's because of what you saw. It's not, it's the first time there's game lights at home. The first time people are playing in front of fans at home, it's different than playing in the closed scrimmages that we played in. So it's different for a number of reasons that I can't get into all of them, but it's different. So it doesn't shock me that we had those jitters or didn't play the way we expect to play. It doesn't shock me, but it did disappoint me. And the expectation isn't to play that way. The expectation is to play better than that. So, I wasn't overly concerned, but I'm not going to sit here and say that there wasn't, the last couple of days weren't happy around the office or around the practice court or around the film. There were some guys that had to understand that, hey, we got to play better and play differently more than just better. We played hard in the second half. We didn't play great, but we played hard in the second half. Tonight we played hard and we played well for 40 minutes, which, again, that's a challenge.
Coach, I know you talked, right before the season started about having that healthy mix of, inside presence and
Yeah.
point shooting, and tonight it seemed like, with Jimmy in the paint, and, Devereaux and Derek shooting the three, is tonight kind of what you were talking about?
It would be great. Yeah, absolutely. And I don't know that we'll always shoot that well from 3. The last game we were awful from 3, but I don't know that we'll always shoot this well. But, it was a good mix in terms of, percentage of our shots. We're not shooting 35 out of 51 shots from 3. And our team last year, there might have been times where it would be 27 out of 51. I'm looking at 51 shots. That's why I'm saying it. But there might have been times that it was more like that than the number that it was. So, and there's going to be times that we may have to shoot more because people are going to double team our front court guys. Tonight they didn't. And we were able to try to take advantage of that to the best that we could. And, you know, what you said is correct. Today was a good offensive mix of inside and out.
Any other questions, Coach?
All right, fellas, I hope to see you guys tomorrow.